Introducing Colton Castlebay.
How we doing? How we doing? Huh? Let's cue those lights. Let's stop that music. Hey, I'm Colton Castlebay. I'm about to teach you about Japan. Next slide, please. We put this slideshow together in hopes to educate and inform the employees of the Best Company Incorporated for when we travel internationally to such countries as Japan. We need to know about the culture and how they go about their day-to-day life, so we don't offend and we can actually adapt to their customs because we are in their country. All right. So we're going next slide. We're going to start off with social customs. All right. These are important key facts that we need to learn because we are again in their country. We need to know and appreciate and respect. Okay. We're going to start off with next slide. We're going to start with the greetings, and the best way to show this is a live example. So I'm going to bring in my assistant, and we're going to do formal. I'm going to show you formal and non-formal. Okay, traditional Japanese to Japanese, actual like greeting is to bow. So there's just a little slight 3-inch bow. But nowadays, the Western culture is influenced enough that it's okay to go bring in our right hand, extend, keeping eye contact the whole time. Okay, that used to be looked down upon too. Traditionally, you weren't supposed to look an elder or a superior in the eyes, but nowadays that's okay. Okay, it's a firm handshake, and if you want to, you can a slight bow. You start, they will follow for sure. But you make sure to keep eye contact, and then you can talk about anything you want, except for try not to talk about politics or any World War II, any wars, anything like that. They stay away from that. That's a sensitive subject for both, and shouldn't be expressed unless it's a close friend. And we're talking about non-formal greetings. You're going to have to really know the person. You're going to have to really be friends with the guy, huh? You know what I'm saying? You can just get a little high five in or something, you know? Or just a whatever you want. You kind of do a little handshake like that, we'll mix it up, we'll spice, add it to it. All right, we're going to roll next slide. Can you get that next slide for me, sir? Let me get out of the way here. We're going to go on to, again, greetings. Formal, initiate. You're going to talk to them. You're going to be loud. You're going to be, not super loud. You're going to be respectful. All right, you're going to appreciate. I mean, it's just like Western culture. It's just going to be like over here in America. You just talk like, you should, like a business aspect of it. You're going to hit next slide, please. And we're going to go to body language. Again, I'm going to bring my assistant in. This is pretty common. This is pretty understandable. I mean, formal, business, body language. You're going to stand up straight. All right, you're going to stick that chest out. You're going to get a big bird. Peacock almost, huh? Just stand up straight, like the straight as board. Okay, and we're going to look each other in the eye. Keep stern stare. Look, be cool, be all right, be appreciative. But just don't overstare. All right, don't look at the person for too long. Non-formal, you can be relaxed and hang out, but that's outside of the business aspect. I mean, business scenario, you want to be straight, professional, just like you would be in America. All right, we're gonna hit that slide again. We're gonna go on to body language. Yes, exactly. Just another brief explanation of what I just went over. Just the formal setting, straight, stand straight, everything like that. We're gonna hit next slide, please. We're going to the lifestyle, okay? Japan, of course, is. We're going to hit the next slide. We'll go one more. Yeah, exactly. It's 145,925 square miles with 127.6 million people inside. That's a lot of people in a small island. It is off the coast of China, and it is packed, especially in the major cities. But all in all, families still stick together through that. I mean, it could be 4 or 5 families. I mean, people packed into one small apartment. I mean, the high cost of living makes real estate extremely high, and it's really expensive to even own a 3-bedroom apartment. That's pretty lavish in Japan. So don't expect any luxury as in space. You're going to be kind of cramped, especially if you're a tall guy like myself. But then again, it's still comfortable. The people live together. They respect each other. I mean, trustworthy is a key point in the Japanese, especially with family. All the way to the business aspect. Some companies actually prefer to hire businessmen who have a family background, have 2 parents actually. It's actually considered to be more loyal, more trustworthy if a person has a family that's still together and bonded. Just going to hit next slide for me. We're going to go to, exactly, this man's bonded life and everything. Brief, another excellent. Hit the slide again. We're going to beliefs and religion. The religion for for the Japanese people. They actually don't have one specific religion. I mean, there are different percentages that believe in the Christian religion, Judaism, just Catholic, anything like any other country. There's going to be various differences in religion, but the main religion actually isn't one. It's more of a combination of different types of religion. It's actually called Shinbutsu Shugo. That's how you pronounce it. And when it comes to politics, again, touchy subject. Shouldn't bring up politics unless it's with a close friend, someone you're shaking it up with. Give them a good handshake. But they actually run their politics. Is a multi-party, parliamentary, representative, democratic, constitutional monarchy. Couldn't get all that out. But yeah, they actually have one emperor, and he actually works as the head of state. He's the main cat, as you would say. All right, we're gonna hit next slide. When it comes to education as well, the education is high, even to the point where some students don't even get their first actual room until they become high schoolers and start actually getting ready for SATs, ACTs, and all that. Then they actually get their own room, so then they can study and do actual schooling in private and actually have a study area more than just a room. So they take their education very seriously. And when it comes to high school and college, a lot of families like and appreciate private schooling and more than just a public school aspect. So private schooling is actually more popular in Japan. And that brings me to the conclusion. I hope this really brought a better light on the Japanese culture and will help us in the Best Company Incorporated go over and actually adapt and do some business, not offend anyone. Thank you. Everything's next slide, and thank you for my assistant. You guys have a nice day. It's Japan.